So most everyone knows who John Fitzgerald Kennedy was, but you probably don't know that he suffered from numerous ailments. A presidential historian named Robert Dallek was given access to some of JFK's medical records, and he found a slew of information on JFK's health that strongly contradicted a lot of the things he said to the public about it. Among the things Dallek discovered was Kennedy suffered from Addison's disease, constant stomach problems, and chronic lower back pain. So first, what is Addison's disease? Addison's affects the adrenal glands located on your kidneys, and it is responsible for producing many hormones, the most notable of these being cortisol, which helps to keep your immune system in check. Without cortisol, your immune system will attack threats with too much force and cause a lot more harm than good. However, Kennedy's medications that he took to help with this severely diminished his immune system and made it very hard to fight off normal infections. So Kennedy was constantly taking antibiotics for other infections, and he would get so sick that he was given his last rites 4 times over the course of his life, meaning the doctors thought he was going to die because he was so sick. Along with his bad immune system, Kennedy also suffered from stomach problems, which were also caused by his Addison's disease. From a very young age, Kennedy was racked by constant stomach pain and diarrhea that would end up being debilitating at times. On a side note, another symptom is darkening of the skin. For Kennedy, this made him appear to have a golden tan, giving the illusion that he was a lot healthier than he really was when you saw him in public. Along with Addison's disease, Kennedy suffered from terrible lower back pain for most of his life. It started with a football injury that was then compounded by his service in World War II, in which the boat he was aboard was sunk. When this happened, Kennedy fractured his back. Soon after he was discharged, he began to suffer from severe back pain. His doctors attempted to fix this with surgery by inserting a metal plate into his back, but due to his severely weakened immune system, the plate soon became infected and had to be removed. So Kennedy couldn't permanently fix his back, so he opted for temporary solutions. He began to compulsively wear a back brace and would take up to 5 hot baths a day. He even continued to wear his back brace even after his doctors told him it was no longer necessary because his back pain had subsided. And some even attribute his back brace to a factor in his death. Had he not been wearing his back brace when he was shot, he would have fallen over. Instead, he was held in place, giving Lee Harvey Oswald a clear second shot. Along with a back brace, Kennedy enlisted the help of a doctor by the name Max Jacobson, also known as Dr. Feelgood. Jacobson had concocted a mix of amphetamines that were able to alleviate Kennedy's back pain and provide him with some much-needed energy. However, Kennedy soon became dependent on these shots of amphetamines, which he had dubbed feel-good shots. While meeting with the leader of the Soviet Union at the time, Nikita Khrushchev, Kennedy demanded a large dose of amphetamines before Khrushchev arrived. Unfortunately, Khrushchev was late and arrived just as the drugs were wearing off. Kennedy then forced Jacobson to give him another shot, despite the doctor's warnings. Kennedy took a break hours after the meeting started and demanded yet a 3rd shot from Jacobson, who was understandably reluctant and did not want him to overdose, but he did what he was told. Kennedy returned to the meeting. This soon became common practice for Kennedy's other meetings and when he addressed the public. So, Kennedy was always sick, suffering from chronic back pain, but no evidence suggests that any of his ailments or his drug use affected his judgment while in office. Along with this, Kennedy's friends say that they never heard him complain about his problems. He suffered tremendously, and he did it in absolute silence, not allowing his pain to consume him and become a part of who he was, which is pretty darn cool.